Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name's Cody Bills. Today is Wednesday the 11th here, and we had the market trade a bit mixed here. Corn down 2 1/4, soybeans up 8 cents, and wheat in Chicago trading up 3.5 cents on the day. Now, Kevin, we do have corn trading down 2 1/4 cents on the day. It's the only grain that traded lower here. We had ethanol numbers out mid-morning. Was that the reason why we're trading down?
Well, I don't really think that weighed too heavily on it, but what was kind of interesting to see is how ethanol did rebound a little bit this week, this week in terms of production. We had an uptick of 13,000 barrels per day compared to last week. Not a big move one way or the other, but it still keeps us well above the blue line you see on this chart, which was last year. And so we still continue to outpace last year by about 5.6%. USDA did raise their annual ethanol use for corn to up 75 million bushels, which brings us to a 2.3% increase year on year. So when you look at weekly numbers, we're still tracking ahead of last year by a sizable margin. I don't know if that'll keep up, but certainly right now it's still positive in supporting this corn market.
Absolutely. It is very interesting, actually, with production continuing to stay well ahead of the pace that's really expected by the USDA. We do have an increase here in stocks as well. We saw 149,000 barrels added to stocks this week. That brings us up to 21.4 million barrels. So it is interesting. We continue to see this increase in stocks. We continue to see strong production. You'd think at some point here, at least based on what the
there's got to be a pendulum swing where we reach a tipping point where stocks and all of this starts to weigh on the ethanol price and really pushes production down, but so far it hasn't.
Absolutely. Well, one other thing I wanted to talk about a little bit was the fact that soybeans traded a little bit higher here today. Yesterday, in reaction to the WASDE report, we saw the market trade lower. Now, of course, we're trading higher. And I guess I wanted to just kind of reaffirm producers that I do not believe that the reaction or the trade higher in today's session is necessarily a fundamental shift in the direction of soybeans over in terms of the trend here that we've established over the last month. In South America, we had the Rosario Grain Exchange come out, and they put out their new estimates for Argentinian production, and you can see they increased their expectations here for soybean productions out of Argentina to 58 million metric tons. That's up from 54.5, so that's a significant jump there. They also increased their corn production estimates here to 23.5, up from 22.5. Both of these numbers are now above the USDA expectations, which were also revised higher in Tuesday's report. So I don't see this as being anything supportive for soybeans, especially in tomorrow's session.
I mean, it continues to be more of the same. We continue to see rising production out of South America, global supplies continuing to grow. Don't lose sight of the fact that this is a bear market, and you are going to have these short-run days like today, or that last for a little bit longer, where you get snapbacks, you get corrections to the upside. But I'm with you. I wouldn't lose sight of the fact that this market has a lot of downside still left in it, probably.
And of course, in Brazil, we're just getting into harvest, and that harvest pace should pressure the market here going forward. Keep in mind the export sales are out tomorrow. Expectations for these export sales on Thursday are between 600 and 850,000 metric tons for corn, between 250 and 450,000 metric tons for soybeans, and between 300 and 500,000 metric tons for wheat here. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, give us a call. The number is 877-472-4607. We'd be happy to either walk you through the trading platform, get you set up with a trading platform, or just talk about the markets and talk about what these USDA numbers are going to mean to your marketing strategy throughout the 2015 growing season. So thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you here Thursday for the export sales report.